For healthy people is for men 75 years and for women 81. For CF patients in Belgium, the average life expectancy is 36 years. So we don't come to this stage. As parents of a CF child, you will recognize yourself, I hope, in a few things here. Namely that parents of a healthy baby, they complain about their child having classic diseases like measles, pox, and they complain about trouble in the crash. However, as a parent of a CF patient, you have and the classic child diseases like measles or pox, but you have to cope with chronic bronchitis, diarrhea, nor a little weight gain, like Jacqueline said, not want to eat, weight loss, growth increase. CF patients don't grow like other childs do. And instead of complaining over the crash, you could complain about the doctors and what the hospital stays means for you. At least deliverance, because you know what your child has, you get answers, you get a diagnosis. You get a diagnosis. Instead of the crash, you have the care, and the care you keep your child away from other children that are ill, for your child with CF not to be ill. Childhood. A healthy child would go to kindergarten. But a child with CF, at least in my situation, my parents kept me away from kindergarten because they were afraid I would get infected with the little diseases of other childs in school. They go to primary school. A healthy child goes to primary school. And a child with CF goes to school as well and has to cope at home with homework and with the therapy. Healthy childs go to birthday parties. We can go to birthday parties, but we have our medication to take. We have to go with the bullying at the playground at school. Healthy childs go to scouts weekends, and we cannot sleep in tents because of the humidity. It's not good for our lungs. And school trips. Will the teacher take the responsibility to take you on a school trip, giving the medication, maybe the inhalation if needed? And the C classes, 1 week away with the teacher. Will the physiotherapist come so far? Will there be a physiotherapist in the neighborhood of the C class? Adolescence. We've talked about adolescence, and although it's a very difficult stage in life for all adolescents and all people, for CF patients, they have to cope with even more difficulties. A healthy adolescent goes to college, goes to high school, but misses a lot of courses because it's often absent because of multiple infection, IV cures, and hospital stays. Healthy adolescents go to parties, they smoke. We preferably stay in a non-smoking environment. And boyfriends, which man will want me? No one, because I'm ill. I cough all the time, I'm skinny, and I'm often ill. University and studies. Do I have to go to university? Why would I study? Will I be able to finish it? And what will I be doing with it afterwards? Job dreams, they dream about jobs. I want to be a pilot, I want to be a doctor. And will I ever be able to work? We don't accept it. But for the parents, I can say, talk to your adolescent and tell him, if you don't accept it, then fight it. We come to adult life. In the end, we become adults, and a healthy adult has relationships. And as we saw in the first presentation, adults as you have partners, but the partner has to be very committed, very, very patient. and very consistent. Healthy adults buy houses, but for chronic diseases there are no loans. And we have to take into account the evolution of CF. You will not buy an apartment on the 3rd floor without an elevator. That's out of the question, impossible. Maybe I'm healthy today, but in 2 years, how will I be in 2 years? I cannot buy an apartment without an elevator. And a job. Healthy adults complain a lot about their jobs. We are maybe not even able to work. Career planning. We healthy adults do overworking time for having promotion. They go on business trips abroad, everything to gain more money and to have promotion on their work, to do well on their job. And we ask ourselves in the meantime the questions, will I tell my boss I have CF? Maybe I better not, because I might lose my job because of it. How can I hide my CF? I will take a day of vacation to go to the doctor and a control in the hospital. And children. That's a very, very important issue, especially for the women under us. Will I have a child? As a CF woman, we have to make the balance between the heart and the health. It's a high risk. And for the adult CF man, there is a fertility problem often. How do we cope with that? The social life is also an issue, because we have to take CF into account. We have changes of plan. We have to live day by day. Healthy adults are financially independent, but we have a high cost of medication and care to take into account. Healthy adults have sometimes strange priorities. We have another perspective, and we have difficulties with life vision of healthy peers. I think the adults will agree. Then there is a friendship. We have friendship with CF patients. We lose them. And doctors tell us it's not good to be in contact because of the cross infection, but on the other hand, we understand each other. So that's a choice you have to make. Everyone has to make a choice for himself. I will tell you a day in my life, an ordinary day. I wake up at 6:30, I take a shower, I have a small breakfast and a little medication. I was diagnosed with diabetes at the age of 16, so I have my insulin to take as well. At 7:30 I start my inhalation marathon. I do 3 in the morning and my respiratory treatment. At 8:15 I take my bicycle, I go to school, and I teach till noon, when I have a little lunch and my pills and another inhalation. From 2 to 6 in the afternoon I'm in the class again, dealing with adolescents. And at 4 o'clock I go home. I have a cupcake and a coffee, because life is not only sorrow, and medication and insulin as well. And then in the afternoon after school, we live at the beach. We are lucky we live at the beach. We go with our 2 dogs, we have a walk to take some fresh air, because that's good for health as well. And we do the cooking, eating, the pills again, the sports, working for school, because as a teacher you have to correct the tests, another inhalation marathon, and in the end at 9:30 we watch a little bit TV, a little bit of cuddling, and after that we go to sleep. A little bit different of an average day for a healthy people. The first slides of my presentation might show that CF is only sorrow, but that's not true at all, because despite the deterioration we have a great joy for life, and I think I can speak for a lot of adults with CF, just because we can enjoy the simple things in life, we live from day to day, but that makes it even more precious for us, because our days are maybe counted, but we don't count in living. We are ill, but we are determined. And I know I also have sometimes a day I say, I don't want anymore, I'm tired of it, all those pills, all this therapy, and why am I doing this? But after all, it's for life, and we have to cope with it. Although it's difficult to have healthy friends, we have a few hardcore friends we can count on in every situation, and especially on our partner, because a strong and intense relationship is really, really important. I have a few keywords for the adults with CF as well, and as well for the parents of adolescents. I can imagine if I look at my parents, it must be difficult to say to your child, you have to do that, it's important you do that, you have to do that to be in shape, you have to do it to be good, to feel good. I can imagine that's hard. And my mom always said, it's easier for me to say, you don't have to do that, better to say, you have to do it, and to quarrel with you, to argue with you. But in the end, now I'm 33 and I'm so happy and so grateful. My parents were nagging me, I'm sorry, they were nagging me and telling me that I really have to do it, but what is very important as a parent is that you tell your child why do you have to do that. You have to tell them, because even an adolescent, a simple thing like brushing their teeth, if you don't tell them why they have to do it, they will not. But if you tell an adolescent, look, this inhalation we are doing is because we want your lung function to stay stable, because when you are 30 years old, you will still be in good shape. That's what they need to hear. They want to look forward, they want to look to another stage. But in the end, we all want to be normal, have a normal life.